Testing 1 2 3, trying to see how good this microphone actually is. Testing, a 1 a 2 3. A testing, a 1 a 2 3. Testing. Testing, a 1 2 3. Let's see if this works. Just waiting for this to come on. Because we've got a match day today. Oh, do I remember that someone wanted to play? I think it was Thomas. Yeah, Connor Thomas. Sure, I'll give him some some playtime. Just want to see if this starts. Testing. Yeah, that is a much better microphone, to be fair. Right. Okay. Un momento, por favor. Just getting myself the right time frame. There we go. And then I can turn this sound off, just so we don't hear my voice more than once. God knows once is annoying enough. Righty then. Right, well, I have to play Thomas anyways, because I've got no fit CDM at the moment. Oh god, Lee's even unfitter somehow. Right, Zivkovic, who's not been doing amazing, to be fair. Nevitt up front. Let's play Taberner. Let's play on the left. We'll keep Long as our... Nah, it's fine. We'll play Roland. We will have to play Offord, I guess. And Turns. Yeah, Turns can play. We've just had like loads of games back to back. And Streetcheck can just carry on playing. Banging. Right, let's see alternatives. Let's bring Dragovic, let's bring Agius. Let's have the PTO have a proper rest. Kolic, let's have a proper rest. Let's bring Powell. And that should do it for now. That should be okay. Right. Wonderful. Tranmere Rovers versus Crew Alexandra. I think this microphone is a little bit better than the one I was using earlier in previous streams. So hopefully it will be slightly better quality now. We have been in a positive uprise. So thankfully we're coming into this match doing quite well. We were able to go over Grimsby Town in the FA Cup, but that was literally in the last minute of the game, last minute of extra time, which was a bit ridiculous, but we made it. Now Nevitt, poorly played. Tranmere have two players, one is called Morris, the other one is called Norris, so that's going to be interesting to commentate once I eventually do commentate. Great tackle by Offord. Now Roland on the left wing. This could be our first proper, but the pass was a bit too cautious. Good stuff here. Getting the ball. Roland now in the box, and it walks the ball off. Unfortunately, walks the ball off.
And dare I say, a lack of understanding. Unless that improves today, they won't get anything from this game.
Turnbull gives it to Lewis. Lewis gets tackled by Kiliano, but the referee says play on, gives an advantage. But a great tackle by Turns, sending the ball away for a throw-in. Now T. Davis to Norris to Morris. There you go. I told you it's going to be fun. Now Lewis to Morris. Loads of people ending with S, and then Morris just does something with the ball. I'm not sure what, but it does something. Cooney playing from the back. Gives it to Turns. Plays it to Manuel Kiliano. The CDM we have on loan from Estrela da Amadora, Portuguese team. Good player, might be a bit over our budget, depends on how high we end the season in, both in profits and in the league table, and whether or not we can make use of those profits to bring some of the players we have on loan into permanence, like we did with Strijek. Our goalkeeper was on loan, but he was obviously far too high to be kept on loan. Far too highly rated in overall rating, but also in like goalkeeping prowessness. Because sometimes they're highly rated as goalkeepers, but then they don't play too well. So in this case, thankfully, I did enough to keep the goalkeeper. And approached to buy him before his value went up by too much. Now Taberner, edge of the box, goes wide. First shot. Just testing the waters. Ooh, somewhat of an interception there, that worked. Ball goes to offered to Adebisi. Adebisi plays it to Roland. Roland tried to play to Nevitt, didn't work, but Taverner collects the ball. Now to Roland. Roland tries again to Nevitt, but it didn't work once again. This time Turnbull gets the ball, and it's attacking chance for Tranmere Rovers. Morris to Norris. They both play on the left side of the field as well, which is quite funny. Leaves the ball to Lewis. Lewis goes down. Definitely a foul, but the referee says play on. Again, giving advantage, and then poor transitions from defence to attack on the part of Crew Alexandra. Now Cooney to Zivkovic, to Taberner. Somehow keeps the ball. Roland plays Nevitt in. Nevitt goes wide. Zivkovic sees Cooney running on the right. That's what he does. Taberner has a bit of a run. Cooney gets the ball to him. Can he cross it in? First time, yes he does. And Nevitt with a great header, but a fantastic save from the Tranmere Rovers goalkeeper. Corner kick to Connor Thomas. Whips it in. Someone in the box. Nevitt. Oh, hits the bar. He hit the crossbar. Not bad for Crew Alexandra to start with. Goal kick to Tranmere Rovers though. Ball goes to Morris. Morris to Saunders. Saunders has a bit of space. He leaves it to Lewis, who gives it a shot. But Strijek is there, and he's got enough concentration, enough focus to keep that ball away from goal. Roland, to Nevitt. Nevitt sees the run. Taberner on his own. Does he have enough space? Yes, he does. Gives it a shot. I could have potentially moved him in a little bit closer before that shot. I tried a bit too hard for that one. Connor Thomas once again whips the ball in. It's Taberner. No, it was Zivkovic there. Couldn't get the head away. Gets a space for a second cross in, but unfortunately there was no one in the place where I crossed the ball. Counter-attack now, opportunity for Tranmere Rovers. They're playing it slow. Apter on the right wing to O'Connor. Plays it back to Turnbull. Still Turnbull. Gives it to T. Davis. T. Davis up to Hendry. Hendry to Lewis. Lewis back to Hendry. Hendry pushes it forward to Norris. Norris to Saunders. Saunders, the striker, tries to go forward, gives it back to Norris. Great tackle by Adebisi. Great tackle. And apparently there might have been a foul for Crew Alexandra just before it. Now, we haven't been great in the transitions to the attack, but we have to try the end of this first half to leave our mark if we can. Now, Taberner with the ball. Still Taberner. He's looking for some space. Manuel Kiliano. Kiliano to Thomas. Thomas to Nevitt. Nevitt leaves it to Taberner. Taberner sees the space. He gives it to Cooney on the right. Cooney crosses it in. It's for Zivkovic, who is swapped wings for some reason. He gives it a shot and he gets a corner out of it. So we're going to finish our first half with another corner. This time it's Taberner whipping the ball in. Zivkovic tries to get to it, but there's no space for him. Now Kiliano passes the ball in. Taberner Crosses it out of the box. That's not what I meant to do. Thomas on the edge of the box, though. Ooh, great shot. Fantastic save by Murphy. Once again, the Tranmere Rovers goalkeeper with a great save once again. Now Connor Thomas with a great cross into the box. Roland doesn't get to it. Is the referee going to blow his whistle? Yes, he is. And that is the end of the first half. 0-0 to either side. It is not the most riveting of games so far. So we're going to go straight into second half. I might bring some fresh legs in, but I'll give a little bit more time for these people to find some time. Zivkovic with a good cross, but it might have been just a bit too wide, or too long in this case. Now O'Connor with the ball. Still O'Connor. Gives it to Apter. Apter. Oh, great work by Apter. But Kiliano's there to receive that ball. Thomas plays it back to Zivkovic. Zivkovic hasn't done too much in this game so far. Oh, somehow keeps the ball rolling. Sees Adebisi running. That's a great run by Adebisi. There are people in the box. Adebisi just needs to find the space. He found the space now. Crosses it in. Nevitt is there in the second post, in the far post, but couldn't get there. Now we're going to bring Jack Powell in because there's not enough fresh legs in our team. We've had 3 games back to back to back, so our team is feeling a bit tired after all of that.
Paul Lewis.
Now Lewis gives it to Norris. Norris could play it forward to Morris. That's what he does. Number 7, Morris. Great tackle by Cooney. It's a throw-in for Tranmere Rovers. Now Morris to Lewis. Back to Morris. Morris still with the ball, gives it to Lewis. Great work from Tranmere Rovers here on the left side, and great tackle by Cooney once again, conceding a corner, but a fantastic interception on his part. Now Cooney tries to take the ball away from the box, almost didn't work, but he collects it again, and we can play from the back. Adebisi on the left side. There is not much space for a run, but he sees Taberner now with a big run, and now Nevitt was trying a run, but still good play from Taberner, leaving it to Adebisi. Adebisi plays it to Roland. Roland, our left mid. He is right-footed, so he's not going to go for a strike from there. But he is going to turn. He's trying to find someone, anyone who wants a pop. Oh, and now I made a poor decision. I moved the analog stick a bit too early, and the ball ended up being aimed completely to a completely different place where I was originally trying to aim it. Great tackle by Turns. What a fantastic tackle by our centre-back. Playing the role of Dimitriou and as being the patron of defence right there. Now Lewis with the ball. Still Lewis. Gives it to Morris. Oh, Morris, what a fantastic feint. Great work, but then Turns is there, and his no-nonsense tackle is enough to keep the ball in Crew Alexandra's path. And now Taberner doesn't get the run that he wants. That was a poor decision on my side, trying to go back. Now Norris with the ball. He takes away our defence. Now Lewis has space. Great save by Strijek. 67th minute. I think it's time to change a few things. Zivkovic hasn't been doing fantastic, if I can be honest. But neither has Nevitt. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring Long for Zivkovic, just because in case I need to actually later on have 2 strikers instead of 1, I can have Nevitt and Long as strikers, but Taberner is quite tired, so I'm going to bring Agius, and Roland's also going to come out, and Dragovic is going to come in, and that would be mostly all we can do. Potentially Powell will have to play on the Powell will have to end the game playing in the right mid position if I need to play 2 strikers, because I don't know if I still have a substitution available after all of these. I should have one because I've only done 4, I believe. But regardless, it's nice to have the option. But worst case scenario, I mean, Powell will be fine playing in the right wing if needed. Now Strijek holds the ball, goes to Cooney. Cooney tries to play it from the back. Thomas to Dragovic. Can Dragovic immediately from the bench do something here? No, that was a terrible pass to IDBC. Just not enough power on that pass. It was just a bit pathetic, actually. Very, very, very weak pass. Oh, great tackle by Powell, but we couldn't capitalize on that. Norris gives it to Walker. Walker now trying to get something out of this game for Tranmere Rovers, but Offord is there stopping the attack. Fantastic work. Agius sees the run. It's to Nevitt, but the ball is not a good ball for Nevitt. We still cannot seem to get a break from this one. Now Davis gives it to Hendry. Hendry to Apter. Still Apter with the ball. Passes it back to O'Connor. O'Connor to Hendry. Hendry down to Walker. Great tackle by Powell. Fantastic work from the centre mid. Adapted to CDM position. Now Dragovic, that's a better pass. Gives it to IDBC. IDBC sees space. There is space. Nevitt, great turn. Does he have space? Yes, he doesn't. What a goal by Nevitt. That is what we needed. Great goal by Nevitt. That gives us a little bit more breathing space because thankfully Tranmere Rovers haven't been particularly dangerous up front, but neither were we. So thankfully that's a great work. What a shot just outside the box. Perfect placing. 10 out of 10. Nevitt should do these more often. He is a quality striker. I do like him. Obviously, Kolic has more overall quality, but Nevitt is no joke really, because he's got some very good striking abilities. Great tackle by IDBC. Agius has a run from Agius. Great work by the cam. Still Agius. Can he turn the players? Yes, he can. Goes for a shot, but it's wide. Tried to imitate. He tried to imitate what Nevitt has done, but a poor shot from Agius, who actually has some good shooting abilities. Him and Duncan actually have some good shooting abilities, but unfortunately in this case it didn't go too far. Now Saunders with the ball. Gives it to Morris. Morris did well in turning my defence around. Offord with a poor clearance, but then Thomas is there with a great block, not letting that ball go through. It still spills over to O'Connor. O'Connor has got the ball. He passes it back, passes it to Turnbull. Turnbull moving a bit forward in the field because Tranmere Rovers are looking for that goal. Great tackle by O'Ford. Fantastic work. Can we find some space to counter this attack? But we're going quite slow. Nevitt gives it to Long. Long sees the run. What a pass for Nevitt. And in front of goal, Nevitt straight at the keeper. That was a poor shot by Nevitt. Couldn't angle it anywhere close to where the goal was and went straight to the keeper instead. Very poor from Nevitt. He is very good, but unfortunately in League 2 you see sometimes these kinds of strikes where they don't have as much power to bring the ball around the keeper. Now Dragovic gives it to Turns. Turns plays it to IDBC. Oh, look at that. It's the centre-back going forward. Turns has space but passes the ball very poorly. And now on a very silly counter-attack. We need to be careful not to concede here. It's the last minute of the game. What a pass. He squared it, and thankfully Norris just absolutely skies it wide. That was very lucky of us. We should have potentially conceded that goal, actually. We were very lucky to come out of this with a 1-0 victory. But somehow we did, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. It's the 3 points.
Some questions regarding the match.
It was a very difficult match to get back to, but we all did very well. I mean, like I said, the most important thing is we won. So I don't really mind these press conferences and how I do them.
That'll be all, thank you.
Yeah, that's good. Not too bad for a first match, and I'm sure Thomas is going to be absolutely happy with that. Yeah, chuffed. Chuffed that he was playing. He is very good, and I do need, because I play with 2 CDMs, I do need that space. Oh, next match is against Leyton Orient, so we've got another FA Cup tie. We need to go for, oh my god, we have only 2 days in between matches. It's It's painful, but we got to do what we got to do. How are we doing in terms of finances? We've spent 5 million, but we're still in profit. We're still in like £646,000 profit. We're going to continue. No, I don't want to quit. We're going to continue the game forward. Another FA Cup tie. Hopefully some of our players have already rested. That's what we're looking for. I see a few that potentially will need to take the bench. I think Kiliano needs to take the bench. Definitely turns. It will have to be Robson, I'm afraid. ADBC for sure for Finney. And I mean, Offord is in no position whatsoever, so I'm going to play Williams in. I'll put Williams in the bench, ready to come in. Still have Zivkovic and Taberner instead of ADBC. I think I'll play Parker, and I'll bring Duncan actually instead of Nevitt. Because if I do need a striker, I will just play long and bring Duncan in. So we've got Cooney. Billington is also very tired, so yeah, Cooney will have to stay on. And Strijek, because I do not want to run any risks, I will probably in the next game against Wrexham, I'll put the other goalkeeper in, well, one of the other goalkeepers in, because I do like that rotation capability. We've got College, our top scorer, has got already 5 goals in the FA Cup, because between the 2 matches with Grimsby, because we had a replay, he scored 5 goals in 2 games. It was ridiculous. It was 2 in one and 3 in another one. It was incredible stuff. Now Ward back from his international break. Great work. Holycheck plays it in. The pass was not the most brilliant. Thought I could have had him, but the pass was not the best. So Leyton Orient against Crew Alexandra. Great tackle by Thomas. College. Unfortunately couldn't get through. O'Neill with the ball. Great work by O'Neill. Great tackle by Ward. Fantastic tackle by Ward. Was able to turn the play completely, stop a very dangerous run. And now a great tackle from our defender, and Tracy goes in the counter-attack. Tracy has the ball. There's space for Ward to pass it, but unfortunately the pass was not strong enough, and Beckles was able to collect that ball. Still, Ward is able to have a little tackle there, just enough to take the player out of balance. And now a great pass by DiPizio to College. College could score the first one. College with a shot, but was way too telegraphed, way too close to the keeper. Now Finney with a great header to Holycheck. Holycheck to Thomas. Thomas to DiPizio. DiPizio passes it back to Holycheck. Holycheck here in the left wing. He has to pass it back. He passes it back to Ward. Ward plays it up to Thomas. Thomas does well. Tries to pass it forward to Tracy, but Tracy was already offside. It was just mistimed, that pass. Now Leyton Orient can be in the break. Ford with the ball. Passes it to the right wing to Hunt. Hunt turns my defender around to Sortiro. O'Neill has got space. What is he going to do? What a back heel. Great work. But Strijek with a fantastic save. And now Cooney collects that ball and tries and run from the right back. And the pass is poor and just stops only as far as Sweeney. Now Brown with the ball, passes it to Monker. Monker to O'Neill. O'Neill already in the box. There was a tackle there. Great tackle by Cooney. That is a corner kick with a fantastic standing tackle by Cooney. Now the ball is crossed in. Holycheck clears the ball away. Robinson, great work to Ward. Still Ward with the ball, tries to pass it forward. Unfortunately doesn't go too far. El Mizuni. Our team is not the best in terms of counter-attacking opportunities, but we can definitely try. And unfortunately, we conceded a foul there. And I think they will not take it quick. Yes, they will take their time with this foul. Now, a shot from Moncourt, and Strijek, very, very attentive with a great save. Early in this game, already putting himself in the history books of this game with a fantastic save for that free kick. Now Feeney finds himself in hot water and loses the ball to Ford. He was between a rock and a hard place, unfortunately. And Holycheck there with a great tackle, but Ward loses the ball immediately after. Now Sortiro is inside the box. Great tackle by the centre-back Robinson. Gives it to Ward. Ward to Holycheck. I said we're not very good at counter-attacking, but we could be on the break right now because Ward finds the space, and there's DiPizio already in front of goal. He tried to turn to pass that ball because he couldn't get forward, but unfortunately it was just enough to take him away from the play. Ended up being a goal kick after a little bit of rebounding back and forth. Already played to Sweeney, Sweeney to Brown. Brown with the ball, turns centimetre around, gives it to O'Neill. O'Neill to Ford. Ford passes it back to El Mizuni. Oh, El Mizuni to Sortiro. Great tackle by Cooney. Demetrio. Thomas. Thomas to Tracy. Tracy finds space there. Space to Ward. Ward gives it to Holicek. Holicek sees the run by Feeney. That's where the ball goes. Feeney plays it forward, but Hap was there. It was just too easy to read. That play was a bit too easy. I need to vary it a bit more. Now El Mizuni to Ford. Ford has the ball, loses it to Demetriou. Demetriou back in defence after having a day off. Oh, that's a poor pass, but thankfully Robinson is there. Thomas plays it to Holicek. Holicek has space. What is he going to do? He completely turns the defender around. Still Holicek with the ball. He goes into the left wing. Oh, he turns another defender around. Holicek, what is he doing? Absolute madness. Still Holicek gives it to Kolic. Edge of the box. What a shot, but over the bar. Be a goal kick. It was a great play, solo run by Holicek, turned two defenders around, but just very, very, very high, that shot from Kolic. Now Sweeney with the ball, gives it to O'Neill. O'Neill plays it to Monker. Monker to Ford. Ford to Sotirio. To Hunt. Hunt could get into the box. He decides to go to the right, tries to cross it in, but Robinson is there. Gives the ball to Dipizio. Dipizio tries to play it sideways. It didn't work. Brown receives that ball, passes it to Monker. Monker inside the box. What is he going to do? He goes for the shot and he gets a goal in. Unfortunately, I tried to move the keeper, but I keep forgetting this is not Pro Club, so it doesn't exactly work the same way. So Dipizio now has the ball, and we are trailing by one goal, unfortunately, in the 38th minute. Tracy to Ward. Ward to Holicek. Great work by Holicek, turning around another defender, still Holicek. Couldn't get it in front of Beckles, I'm afraid. Oh, and then Finney, I think, ran over someone, but referee says play on. Brown in possession now. Great tackle by Thomas. Could we get a break from here? Thomas has got Tracy in front of him. That's where he tries to pass the ball, but it didn't go too far. Now O'Neill to Sotirio. Still Sotirio with the ball. Passes it back to Sweeney. Sweeney plays it to O'Neill. O'Neill to Ford. And Tracy thankfully collects that back. Back to Ward. Ooh, careful now in play. Tracy. We are trying to get something out of this before the first half is over, so we need to have some spring in our step. Thomas to Kolic, to Dipizio. Dipizio sees the run. Holicek has the ball. Still Holicek. Can he turn the defenders? There was a bit of a touch, and that was just enough to take him off the ball, and I think that's all she wrote for the first half. Crew Alexandra still trailing by one goal against Leyton Orient, so we have a lot of work to do for the second half. We need to be able to get something out of this game, because it's one of our goals to get to the round of 32, I believe. So the fourth round, so to speak, in the FA Cup. So we have to get as far as we can. So Cooney gets and collects that ball to Tracy. Tracy sees Kolic try to pass, but it was way too late. O'Neill with the ball. Now Tracy. Great work by Tracy to collect that ball. Has to pass it back. He does. Passes it to Thomas. Thomas to Ward. Ward to Holicek. Holicek gives it to Kolic. Kolic passes it back to Holicek. It's very difficult to break through the Leyton Orient defence. Monker collects that ball, but then we were able to get it back. Demetrio was able to tackle and intercept that. Now Thomas with the ball. Still Thomas passes it to Robinson. Robinson to Demetrio. The whole of Leyton Orient is inside their half. Still Ward. Ward finds a little bit of space, gives it to Kolic. Kolic has a space in front of the box, goes for a shot. Great save by Bryn. Can Holicek get to that? Unfortunately not, and Ford is there first. And Hunt now with the ball tries to pass it forward. Passes it to El Mizuni. El Mizuni goes on the right. He tries to play it. Still El Mizuni. Now with a back heel to Ford. Ford was able to get through our defender. O'Neill with the ball. Passes it to Hunt, who was not offside. Hunt loses the ball to Finney. Great tackle by Finney. Can we catch Leyton Orient on the break here? Finney with a great run. He sees Holicek. He tries to pass it in. He passes it in. Yes, Holicek was able to collect it. And there's no one in the box though, so Holicek has to go back. Still Holicek. Tried to pass it back and unfortunately lost the ball. Goes to Ford. But then Wad collects it very high up in the field. Di Pizio to Tracy. Tracy saw the pass, but he was a bit too far away from the ball to get that. Unfortunately, a bit too far away. Hunt gives the ball to Mizuni. Still Mizuni. Turns my defender. Gives it to Ford. Back heel to Thomas. Great tackle. Great tackle by Thomas to Wad. Wad to Di Pizio. Di Pizio still has the ball. Passes it back. Gives it to Thomas. Nothing coming out of it. Very difficult to break through that defence. Very easy for that defence to get to me. Great work by Dimitriou. Clears that ball away. Now Hunt with the ball. Still in our half of the pitch. O'Neill. There was a great tackle there. The referee says play on, so there was no foul. Great recovery by Thomas once again. Thomas gives it to Kolic. Kolic plays it with Holicek. Holicek tries to play it back to Kolic. Still gets it. There was a bit of a touch. Gives it to Di Pizio. Edge of the box. Di Pizio goes for a shot, and there's a goal. There is a goal. There is a limelight. Di Pizio with a great goal from the edge of the box. It's 1-1. Crewe Alexandra Leyton Orient. We got to it, somehow got to it. I mean, Di Pizio, edge of the box. There might have been a bit of a deflection there, but I'm not 100% sure. I'll look at it again. There was definitely a little bit of a deflection, but nonetheless a brilliant goal and a very needed one by Di Pizio. Now, I think it's time for us to get some fresh legs in. I mean, Thomas is quite tired. I might have to play... Let's do attacking, because I might have to play, Wad and bring Long in, and bring Zivkovic, and no, actually we'll keep Tracy in the right wing, and we'll bring Parker for Cooney, who's been doing a fantastic job this game, and then I might bring Duncan in later if I can potentially change this this formation. Because I just probably will need to bring some fresh legs in, and I might try to get a victory out of this game rather than just a draw. So I'd rather have the two strikers. It is a bit of a risk, but it's a calculated risk. I don't want to take Di Pizio off because he just scored a fantastic goal, so I want to keep him on. I think it would be the right time to bet on his abilities after he scored the goal. Oh, Zivkovic immediately coming in. Passes it to Tracy. What a save by Bryn. What a save by Bryn. Now Robinson with the ball. Passes it to Long. Long to Parker. Parker. Great work. To Tracy. Tracy with the ball. He goes to cross it in. There is someone there. It was Zivkovic. No, it was Holicek. And almost ended up in goal. Oh, careful now, there's a counter-attack and Ford is completely on his own. Our defence is nowhere to be seen. Ford is inside the box already. What is he going to do? He's going to cross the other way and O'Neill gets the ball in. I mean, it was very unlucky, but we conceded that goal. It was very, very unlucky. I don't think it had much to do with the changing tactic, because I literally had changed it now. It was a freak situation where they were able to get through our last line of defence. So once again we are searching for a result rather than enjoying something. We are trailing and we need to get at least a goal to force a replay.
O'Neill.
Now O'Neill with the ball. Gives it to Ford. Still Ford. Oh, great pass, but Strijek is there to collect that ball. Passes it to Di Pizio. Di Pizio needs space. He has space down there. He tried to pass that ball to Ward. Thankfully got to Ward after a touch, and there's a foul, I think, for us. I hope for us. Yes, luckily we got ourselves a free kick. Now Ward with the ball. Gives it to Dimitriou. Dimitriou passes it back to Robinson. Robinson to Kolic. Oh, great work. Tracy is on his own. Tracy, can he score? Yes, he can, and it's 2-2. Fantastic work. Fantastic work by Tracy, finding the space from that right wing, and then just touching the ball ever so far enough that the keeper couldn't reach that. Like, look at this. Great touch, and what a goal by Tracy. 2-2, and there is still space, there's still time for us to avoid the replay and to get us forward into, you know, a further, to get us further in this FA Cup is what I'm trying to say. Forward with the ball. Still forward. Could get a cross away. He gets into the box, however. Great touch by Finney is enough just to take people off, and now Awad loses the ball. Moncur already in the box. We need to be careful here. We don't want to trail again, especially at the end of the game. Now Brown gives it to O'Neill. Still O'Neill with the ball to Ford. Strijek with a last second save, but thankfully was offside already, so we were able to get through all of this. I'm going to take the PTO off. I'm going to bring Duncan in, give him some minutes as well. There's only 5 minutes left in the game anyways, but could be enough just to add some extra fresh legs. Duncan has got a great mid-range shot. Duncan, great work to Long. Oh, Duncan couldn't get it back though. Unfortunately, Kolic hasn't done much today. Oh, Tracy with a great breakaway. Somehow Kolic still collects the ball. Fantastic work. Gives it back to Tracy. Tracy tries to play Kolic again. No, still gets the ball. Tracy, does he find any space for anyone? No, he passes the ball, but he loses it. Unfortunately, there's no one there. Now forward. There's 2 minutes left to play in this game. El Mizuni to Sortirio. What is going to happen here? Sortirio with the ball. He's going to pass it in. Oh no, it's heartbreak, because Leyton Orient found themselves the space and scored in the last second of the game. Now we need something special. We don't have that much time. We need something special. Either we get it now or we don't get it at all. Tracy has the ball. What is he going to do? He needs someone in the box. Still Tracy. Tracy with the ball. There's no one there. He passes it back. It's Kolic. Kolic has space. What is he going to do? He needs to pass it back. He passes it to Duncan. Duncan shoots from far away, but that's not enough, and Bryn collects it. It is unfortunately heartbreak, and Crew Alexandra go out in the FA Cup to Leyton Orient. It was poor placement for me trying to get the goal and avoiding the replay, and it ends up with heartbreak. We're out of the FA Cup. Not the end of the world, but still a sad turn of events.
Questions regarding the match?
Unfortunately, we weren't able to go through in the FA Cup. We were beaten by potentially the better side. However, you know, it's still a sad state of affairs that that we got thrown out of the FA Cup so early on. We did go through Grimsby Town after a replay as well. That does mean we have more time to focus on League 2, of which we are third place. So for the first time we're actually in direct promotion placements, but it's only the end of November, so there's still plenty of time, and there might be a lot more to learn from all of these mistakes. But now that we have more time in between games, we should be able to focus on League 2 a bit more thoroughly and work only with the squad that we have. So now we're going to have to rest some of our players. So we're going to have... Let's bring Dragovic. Let's bring... instead of Ward, let's bring... Not Williams, sorry. Where's... Sorry, am I missing... Where's my reserves? Oh, there they are. Why is Lee always so tired? He hasn't played in ages. Well, he's going to have to play now, because otherwise I'll have their team just coming over and battering me. Because Lee is one of our loanees, and I might keep him. Depends on how well he does versus whether or not we can keep Kiliano. I think Kiliano is our main focus, being a 66 overrated, like 21 or 22-year-old or whatever he is. Zivkovic is going to have to play. Yeah, 20-year-old, even younger than that. So we'll have to try and keep him. Dipizio is going to rest. We're going to give Duncan another go. And Kolic is going to rest. We're going to give Long another go. And yeah, Lee's just going to have to play, I guess, yeah. But we will put Thomas in the bench, as we will for Williams. Yep, instead of Offord. And Powell will be on the bench instead of Holicek, and Taverner is there, which should give us enough space. And I did say I would play a different keeper, so I'm going to bring... Let's bring Davis. Davis hasn't played in a while, and he's a very good goalkeeper as well. 61 rated, nothing to be scoffed at. One of the important pieces of this puzzle, which is the current success in League 2 from Crew Alexandra. Now Lee's got the ball. Gives it to Dragovic. Dragovic needs a run from someone. Adebisi's there. Still Adebisi. Oh, great turn. Good work. Passes it to Long. Long to Kiliano. Kiliano to Zivkovic. Zivkovic to Duncan. There's space for Duncan to shoot. Good save by Okonkwo. The Wrexham goalkeeper Okonkwo. We are playing Wrexham, so we know that they have certain overalls that are much better than ours, but we should still be able to get something out of this. Zivkovic to Long. Loses the ball. Demetrio now. Great pass to Duncan. Duncan to Dragovic. Dragovic needs someone to run. He tried to pass Zivkovic in, but Hayden was there with a fantastic tackle, very interception to stop that going forward. Now Quintana to McLean. McLean to Marriott. Marriott on the left wing, he could cross it in. Oh, he does turn players. Well done by Cooney, just putting enough pressure for the ball to roll safely into Davis's hands. Lee to Kiliano. Still Kiliano with the ball. Kiliano. Oh, great turn by Kiliano. Passes it to Long. Long gives it to Duncan. Duncan passes it to Long once again. Zivkovic was there, but Long has space. Goes for the shot, and Okonkwo once again. What a save by the Wrexham keeper. Dragovic to whip this in. Zivkovic is there. He's the shortest player in the field, but somehow still gets a header and gets deflected. So yet another corner. Cross by Dragovic, and Long was just not tall enough. Okonkwo was there and collects that ball. I have a feeling this fight against Okonkwo is going to be constant today if we get some shots away. Zivkovic, ooh, plays it to Long, who gets a foul, and I'm definitely taking that. Thank you very much. I almost want to bring Kolic in just to give a shot, but unfortunately he's not in, so next best thing is going to be Duncan. Tozer with a yellow card. Duncan's going to give it a go. He shoots. Oh, a bit too slow from Duncan over there. The accuracy wasn't bad. It just needed a bit more power. Now Boyle gives it to Ford. Why am I playing teams who have someone called Ford? There's two teams in a row. There's a poor pass from Ford though to Duncan, and now Dragovic. If there's one thing he has, is pace. Great work by Dragovic. Oh, he was going to pass that ball, but Young just put a foot in and was able to steal it, just yoink it from Dragovic's foot. Great work by Turns to not allow that ball to go forward. Still Adebisi gives it to Dragovic. Dragovic has pace. Still Dragovic. Once again tries to turn, but Boyle is there this time. Doesn't let the ball go through. Now Lee. Lee with the ball. Passes it forward to Quintana. Quintana to McLean. McLean, oh, gets absolutely taken away from the ground by Turns, and I think there might be a yellow coming. And if it's not, it's at least a free kick to Wrexham. Already played it in. Duncan is there to take the ball away. Now our own Lee with the ball. Runs away from getting taken from the ground as well. Long passes it to Zivkovic, who gets tackled cleanly by one of Wrexham's defenders. Kiliano to Long. Great work by Long. Still with the ball, passes it to Duncan. Duncan plays it. It's too Long in front of goal, and this time Okonkwo couldn't get to it. 1-0 Crew Alexandra against Wrexham. 1-0, and it's Long our left mid-turn striker, who fantastically played ball, by the way, from Duncan, I believe. And what a great goal by Chris Long. 1-0 to Crewe Alexandra to cement our status as potentially going up without playoffs. That's what we are hoping for. If we can win the league, even better. But we want to go up. We definitely want to go up. Oh, one of our attackers got taken away from. Was swept off his foot, or swept off his feet, I should say. Kiliano with the ball now. Kiliano passes it to Zivkovic. Zivkovic tries to give it too long. Didn't work. Hayden was there to cut that ball. Still McLean. McLean now goes down, and there's a foul, I believe. Hayden with the ball. Gives it to McLean. McLean runs with that. Oh, that was a strong tackle from Zivkovic, but the ball just goes through. Now Marriott. Marriott gives it to Young. Young with the ball. Oh, it just goes over Lee to Mullen. Paul Mullen. Great save by Davis. Now Adebisi to Dragovic. Dragovic to Lee. Lee to Duncan. Duncan sees the space and Adebisi's running for it. Great work by Adebisi to keep that ball. Still Adebisi gives it to Dragovic. Dragovic has got space. He gives it to Zivkovic. Zivkovic could shoot. Shoots first touch, first time, but the ball only as far as Okonkwo, and it's a corner kick once again for Crewe Alexandra. Dragovic puts it in the box. Anyone there? Ooh, Turns was there for a header, but unfortunately just absolutely skied it. Great work, Adebisi getting that ball, giving it to Duncan. Duncan gives it back to Zivkovic. Zivkovic has to play it carefully here. He does find the space, gets the ball back because there was a touch to it. Zivkovic goes for a shot. He maybe shouldn't have gone for a shot because that was disastrous. Nowhere near the goal. That shot just went completely as far wide as possible without it being a throw-in. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but still, it was very wide. Now Marriott with the ball. Gives it to Quintana. Quintana already in the box. Careful here, Quintana. Great tackle. Great tackle by Demetrio. Gives it to Kuni. Kuni back to Demetrio. Demetrio was asking for that ball. Gives it to Lee. Lee to Duncan. Duncan plays the ball to Long. Long sees the run once again by Adebisi. That's where he passes the ball. Adebisi sees the space. There's space for Dragovic. Dragovic finds space for himself to shoot, but it's his wrong foot and it just goes wide. Dragovic taking his sweet time to really make his presence seen here in Crewe Alexandra's squad. He's one youngster from our youth squad that we started with, and he's not too bad in paper, but unfortunately in the games he hasn't been the best. Now Turns with a great interception. Passes it to Cooney. Cooney, the right back, going forward for once. Still Cooney with the ball. Passes it in to Long. Long has space. Gives it to Duncan. Duncan finds the space to shoot in. Okonkwo once again stopping Wrexham from conceding another goal. We could have been 5-0 up if it wasn't for Okonkwo, I think. Dragovic puts the ball in the box. Oh, Chris Long was there for a shot, but he's just not tall enough to get around that. Okonkwo with the ball, and that's going to be the end of first half once the referee blows his whistle. End of the first half. 1-0 to Crewe Alexandra. We could have been at least like 4 or 5-0 up. I think we've been doing much more than we should to get more goals, but unfortunately we just haven't been lucky enough to back those in. Still, we are ahead by 1, and that's what matters. I think Lee's going to have to come off, simply because he's tired. Turns is going to come off because I want to have him play next match. Zivkovic, again, he's playing well. Dragovic, it's not that he's not playing well, it's just his shooting is atrocious, so it's not horrible, but he's not setting the world on fire. I'll keep him for a little bit longer. Or potentially I'll bring Long into the left mid position and then bring Nevitt into the striker position. But for now, I think we're fine. I think we should be okay. I'll bring Billington for Cooney. Cooney's been doing a great job, but again, he's tired and we've had loads of back-to-back-to-back matches. And now we should be back to only having one match per week if everything goes okay. It's the only good thing about being taken out of the FA Cup somewhat early. I wanted to get further, but Leyton Orient were just... That was heartbreaking. Losing against Leyton Orient like that was heartbreaking. How did he keep that on? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Adebisi to Dragovic. Dragovic to Long. Long to Dragovic. Dragovic maybe played it a bit too early, but Long still had the ball. Duncan... Why would you do that, Duncan? I tried to pass it down in the hopes that Dragovic would overlap, but surely it shouldn't have been played with that power. You know, just a little touch to let Dragovic come forward. Very, very unlucky there. Now Wrexham on the attack. Hayden with the ball, passes it to McLean. McLean back down to Young. Young to Marriott. Marriott on the left wing to Quintana. Quintana already in the box. Great cross to Mullin. Ooh, luckily enough that shot goes wide. Does not bother our keeper. But we have to go back into building the play. We need a second goal. We need a little bit more air. We should have been 5-0 up, I think, because of how many chances we've already had. We've already had in front of the goalkeeper. Okonkwo has just been unbelievable for Wrexham. Thomas. Poor pass by Thomas. A great tackle. Williams to Zivkovic. Zivkovic to Kellyanno. Kellyanno to Duncan. Duncan tries to find space, gives it back to Kellyanno. Kellyanno plays it first time too long with a shot, but Okonkwo is just too quick and is already there to collect that ball, or at least to punch it away. Now Kellyanno with the ball. Oh, there's enough space for Zivkovic to get into the box. Zivkovic tries for a shot, gets a corner away. That's better than nothing. Zivkovic with another corner, and he'll be the one whipping it in this time, putting it in the box. Demetriou's there. Oh, he misses the shot, but Dragovic unfortunately doesn't go so far. The ball goes back to Adebisi. Adebisi with the ball. They see space for Billington. Billington could find time and space to cross. He crosses it, but a bit too low, and Tozer takes it away. Now Paul Mullin helping the defence to Marriott. Marriott has the ball. He might try to play Quintana. That's what he tries to do, but not Quintana. He tries to play Lee. Lee has found the space. There's loads of space for Lee to move forward. He passes it to Paul Mullin, who's in front of goal, and for once, thankfully, Paul Mullin misses. We were lucky enough that Paul Mullin just missed that ball. Or Mullin. I don't know how to properly pronounce his name now. Adebisi with the ball. Gives it to Dragovic. Dragovic has space, tries to pass it down, didn't work. Has to pass it back. Gives it to Thomas. Thomas made the wrong pass there. Was not where I was aiming, but the gameth giveth, the gameth taketh away. Cannon gives it to Young. Young to Tozer. Tozer to Hayden. Great tackle by Zivkovic. That's enough for Billington to come and collect that ball. Gives it to Duncan. Duncan to Long. Long plays the ball. Tried to play Zivkovic back in. Didn't work. Now Quintana passes the ball to Lee. Lee finds the space. Williams is there to tackle. Gets that ball. Passes it to Zivkovic immediately. Tries to play Long in front of him, but Hayden is there to intercept that ball and plays it to Quintana. Kellyanno. Great defensive work by Kellyanno. Passes the ball back to our keeper, Davis, our second choice keeper. Gives it to Demetriou. Demetriou to Adebisi. Adebisi here in the left, passes it to Dragovic. Again, Dragovic losing that ball. He's still very nervous. He needs to get better. I might have to loan him out in the winter because he's just not very secure. I've had better work from the third choice left mid. Another youngster we have. Now Long passes the ball back to Adebisi. Adebisi finds the space. Gives it to Dragovic. Dragovic, now he's got space, but the pass is just atrocious. The pass is just atrocious. I'm going to have to make some substitutions, and I think Dragovic, I know he's playing out of position because he's supposed to be a left winger, but still, his passing shouldn't be that bad. I mean, he's 52 passing plus 3. I know it's low, but we are in League 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring Long into that position. I'm going to put Nevitt up front. And I'm going to take Kellyanno out and let Powell go in because Kellyanno is very tired. And Duncan is doing a fantastic job. Do I still have a substitution? I do have a substitution. So I'm going to bring Tabiner for Duncan, and again, oh, no, wait, what have I done? Oh, I see. Right, so I don't have that substitution, so it just has to go with Nevitt. It's fine. Duncan will have to play the 90 minutes. I think he'll be happy with that. I think everyone should be happy with that sort of stuff. Now, Hayden with the ball. Gives the ball to Young. McLean to Marriott. Marriott to Lee. Lee gives it to McLean. McLean shoots, but very, very weak and straight at Davis. Davis now plays it to Dragovic. Dragovic, who is about to come off as soon as this ball goes out of field. RDBC keeps it on. It passes it forward. Great pass to Long. Long sees the run. There it is. Duncan with the ball. He's going to sweat it to Zivkovic, who finally scores a goal. And we did need that second goal, because the second half was not as easy as the first one. So Zivkovic with a very good goal. Well, very good goal. It was a great play by RDBC to Long, to Duncan, to Zivkovic, and we now have all the substitutions. Dragovic is going to be put in the loan list because unfortunately he's just not playing well enough, and Long is now in his original position of left mid before I changed him into a striker at the ripe young age of 28 or 29 or whatever he is. Now Quintana crosses the ball in. Dimitri are there. Fantastic work to keep that ball. Gives it to Powell. Powell to Zivkovic. Zivkovic to Nevitt. Nevitt is fresh legs and he's got the pace and he gets done. And it's the second yellow for Tozer, who gets sent off. Ben Tozer had to do that foul, to be fair, because Nevitt would be just on his own. But now Wrexham are down to 10. 2-0 down with 10 minutes to go. I mean, it's safe to say that we are in a point of advantage against Wrexham over here. Ooh, Quintana with the ball now. He runs through, gives it to Paul. No, gives it to Marriott. Still Marriott. Oh, runs it in, but a bit too far, and Davis just collects that ball very calmly, playing it to Billington, the right back. Plays it to Duncan. Duncan to Zivkovic. Zivkovic saw the pass, but just wasn't good enough. He needed more power into that pass. More swaz on it. More swaz. Now Cannon on the right. Still Cannon with the ball. Gives it to Young. Young tried to pass it back. Thomas had a touch to it, but the ball still falls to Marriott, and somehow Wrexham score one goal. We have 2 minutes of extra time, so nothing silly, but we lose the clean sheet, which makes me a bit annoyed, if I can be honest. Zivkovic to Billington. Billington back to Zivkovic. Zivkovic plays it in. Great work to Nevitt. Nevitt sees the pass. Tried to pass the ball to Long, but it was a bit too ambitious. Thankfully, we get away with a 2-1. We should have won that game like 6-0. If you saw that first half, you would have seen that. But those are the rules of the game, and at least we came out with a victory, and that's what matters. So 2-1 to Crewe Alexandra, which should put us even closer to the top of the table, if not already at the top of the table. Depends on the teams that are at the top and their results. I'm going to try and get to at least as close as I can to the winter transfer window. It just depends for how long I can play and stream. Yeah. Winning is what matters, even though I was a bit annoyed that the thingy was lost. Right, who's worried? Calm down, Mohammed Wad. Like, you literally were, you had no legs to run. You were so tired. Like, calm down. I know you're crucial and you're very good, but calm down. So Stockport, with whom we lost, they actually have a great lead from us. They have 12 points. Oof. It seems like it will be a big stretch for us to try and go for first place. But like I said, it's only the 2nd of December in the game, so we could potentially still do a madness. It depends how well we can play the next few games. Colchester at 43 points, slightly closer, but it's still 8 points away from our position, and we are neck and neck with Gillingham, I'm not sure, and AFC Wimbledon not far behind. As I said, I am going to get a little bit of a change here because Dragovic is just not cutting it. I'm afraid he's not doing well enough. We have a few people loaned out, like Dani Mendes. He's a potential left mid, right mid, doing well on loan. I mean, he's got 3 more overall. Colkett is on loan, but I think he's loaned to buy at Notts County. Again, I've got too many centre mids if you ask me. I've got Jack Powell, I've got Joel Tabner. I think they should definitely be ones to watch. He wants to play more times. I know Joel Tabner needs to play more times, to be fair. DiPizio is doing well. Agius is going on loan. Duncan is doing well, to be fair. Tracy is doing well. Dragovic is just not doing well, so I'm going to loan him off. I think that's the best option. Zivkovic, he's doing well, but I don't know how much money I do want to spend on him. Chris Long, I don't think should be as annoyed as he is about playing time because he's been playing well. Strijak is doing well. Yep, he's doing well. Demetrio doing fantastic. Offord also needs to get a bit more acquainted with the games. I mean, nowadays we just have to rotate our centre backs as much as we can. Robinson is doing well, to be fair, for a young lad. Cooney is fantastic. Billington is fantastic. Parker is doing really well for someone who's just joined. Thomas is doing fantastic. Lee, again, he's only 19, which is not bad, and he's already a 59 rated, but I do want to get Kiliano first, because he is 20 and he's 66 rated, and Lee is not doing poorly, but I don't know how much I want to keep him. Holicek is doing alright. He's got that special something, so I gotta keep working on him. Roland is doing well. I think he's doing much better than Dragovic, so I'm going to keep working on him instead. But yeah, Powell and Taverner, they need to play more often. Yeah, I think it's just Holicek that doesn't work. Now Dragovic. Oh, Dragovic is changing to Cam. Is that what it is? It's not going to make much difference because, to be very honest, I know he changed from Cam to left wing, I think. I know he is ready to change to Cam, but again, to be very honest, he's not very good with shooting either, so I'll get him to work, but he's going to have to go. He's going to have to go on loan, like Agius is going on loan, you know. So we've got good Cam options. We've got DiPizio, we've got Duncan. Taberner can play Cam, and he plays really well. Powell, I play more in defense, but it does really well as well. So I think that's fine. White playmaker for Shiloh Tracy. Yep, I think that's fine. I mean, to be fair, I'm gonna have to give some. Oh, we play against Gillingham. Gillingham for second place. That means there is a lot to do there. Right. Let's see, the 2 people we have in our youth squad, they're doing well. I mean, Zhang has gone up from 47 to 49 as a striker. That's a start. I still want him to continue getting better. And Bowen hasn't gone up yet, no, because he's working to become a cam. Because he's got great dribbling, great pace, good physical, and he's going to get some good shooting as well. I think he's going to be a good cam, to be fair. Yeah, I'm just looking at options. Gillingham, right. Let's see who we can bring in, because we are going to have some people who are tired, like Kiliano. I think I'm going to bring Powell. Where is Powell? Where is Powell? Powell, there we go. We've got Powell. RDBC, yeah, it's just going to play, but I'll bring Parker in because Finney is tired. Thomas is going to come in because Ivkovic is tired anyways. Taverner is there. Roland instead of Long, because Long is tired. And Agius will be there, so it's a very solid team to start the match. Very, very solid team. I think I'll play Taverner instead of DiPizio though. I know DiPizio has been doing well, but Taverner is complaining of lack of playing, so I'll play him instead of DiPizio to start the match against Gillingham, who are second place. We are third place. This could help us try to close that gap, which is a massive gap. 8 points between these two teams, so we are going to play against a team that is theoretically stronger than us, but we have the chance to show that we have something about us. So Taverner with the ball. Still Taverner. Ooh, tried to play it into Holicek. Didn't work. Lapsley. Lapsley to Coleman. Coleman, great tackle by turns. Sees Powell. Powell has got space. Powell passes it. It's to Kolic. Kolic is going to have to leave it to Holicek. Still Holicek. Sees someone in. It's Taverner. Taverner goes for the shot. Great block. But Williams now with the ball. Passes it to Lapsley. Lapsley back to Masterson. Masterson goes through, gives the ball to Jay Williams. Great tackle by Ward, and great work by Taverner to control and keep that ball. Ward tried to play it to Powell, didn't work. Emmer. Great work by Ward to intercept that ball though. Gives it to Holicek. Holicek lets the ball through, but it's throw in to Crew Alexandra. Now I passed the ball poorly, but Ward controls that somehow. Gives it to Taverner. Taverner to Ward. Ward to Demetriou. Still Demetriou. Plays it down to Adebisi. Still Adebisi. Great work by Adebisi. Turns the player around. There is some space. It's for Kolic. Kolic finds the shot, and Morris saves it. Now Malone with the ball. Passes it to Masterson. Masterson over the top to Jay Williams. Jay Williams plays it forward. Oh, careful here. Jay Hurtado. Hurtado passes it to Lapsley. Lapsley shoots, and thankfully just wide. We need to be careful with the spaces we give Gillingham, because they seem to be quite quick in finding that space. Adebisi. Oh, poor from me. Very, very poor from me. I saw the pass and I didn't go for it. I thought I could just turn the player. Mackenzie on the right wing, he could cross it in. No, he passes it back to Mahoney. Mahoney could now cross it in. No, passes it short to Lapsley. Lapsley to Hurtado in the middle of the box. Thankfully the ball goes through. I did not mean to do that. I did not mean to control just the one player. There we go. Now Ward with the ball. Unfortunate pass by Ward. Mahoney. Still Mahoney. Passes it to Williams. Williams tries to play Hurtado in. Adebisi with a pass. Great. Back to the keeper. Now Adebisi on the left to Ward. He tries to shift the play a little bit to Powell. Powell to Tracy. Tracy has space in the wing. That's what he's going to do. He's going to run and explore that space. Still Tracy. He has space. Can he cross it in? I mean, Kolic is there. He goes for a header. Just the weakest header possible, unfortunately. And Morris collects that ball. Now Hurtado. Hurtado to Williams. Williams to Hurtado again. Great tackle by turns to Taverner. Oh, he saw the space, but Coleman was able to just get a foot in. It was very, very quick, but he was able to get the foot in. Gillingham again with the ball. It's Williams. Passes it to Hurtado. Oh, great pass by Hurtado, but Strijek is there just to collect that ball. And to come out of his box, passes it to Holicek. Holicek to Adebisi. Adebisi with the ball. He calls for an overlap. That's what he gets. He gets an overlap from Holicek. Holicek going in. He sees Kolic. Kolic tried to play to Tracy, but unfortunately Masterson was there just quick enough to get that. Now Turns was able to get the ball, but lost it to Lapsley. Still Lapsley tries to pass that ball. Powell once again collects it, but the rebound is unlucky and stays with Gillingham. Now Masterson with the ball. Gives it to Williams. Williams passes it back to Lapsley. Lapsley to Malone. Malone doesn't go as far as Tracy, only goes as far as Tracy, and the ball goes out for a throw-in. Now Williams to Mackenzie. Mackenzie with the ball. He could cross it in. He is on the left. He passes it short to Lapsley. Lapsley already in the box, loses it to Turns. Great standing tackle by Turns. The pass was horrible, unfortunately. Now Lapsley to Hurtado. Great again by Turns, keeping that ball away from goal, but then the passes are horrible. We have problems with transitioning from defence to attack. Williams on the left, he could cross it in. They don't seem to like crossing. Cooney is there, great work to maintain the ball in. Taberner plays it down, it's to Holicek. Holicek has space, he's going to pass to Kolic. Kolic is not the paciest player, but he is very strong. Kolic needs someone to run. He tries to pass the ball into the wing, but Malone reads the pass and just intercepts the ball, doesn't let the ball go through. Now Gillingham didn't do too well and the ball falls to Adebisi. Still Adebisi tries to pass it in. Hurtado is there, but then so is Ward. Great work. Holicek gives it to Ward. Ward sees Kolic. Kolic has the ball. Still Kolic tries to pass it to Tracy, but that was the wrong pass. The ball falls to Taberner though. There's still some hope here. Tracy with the ball. It's completely closed. All of his paths are closed now. Gives it to Ward. Ward to Holicek. Holicek tries to pass it down to Adebisi. The ball doesn't go too far, but Adebisi with a fantastic tackle doesn't let the ball go through. Still Adebisi runs to the wing. There are people in the box. Can he pass it in? He crosses it. Kolic is there on a half volley. Taberner with the second shot couldn't get there. Tracy passes it back. Powell on the edge of the box with a shot. Just goes wide. Better from Crew Alexandra, but it's the first time we get close to the goal after that shot from Kolic earlier on. So we need to keep on the pressure if we want to do anything. Again, we are in third place and Gillingham are in second place, and they are quite a few points above us. They are 8 points above us, but we need to start closing that gap. And now Kolic, great play, and Tracy's in the box already, tries to pass it in. There was almost an own goal. We get a corner out of that one. That is a good opportunity to get Kolic with his head on the ball. Cross the ball in. It was a bit too short for Kolic, but Turns was close to that. Tracy gets the ball away once again, and he gets a second corner out of it. Going to try and get that ball back in. Kolic in the middle of the box. Not enough. Holicek is there to Tracy. Crosses it in. Kolic couldn't miss. What a great goal by Kolic. Fantastic work, and just about to go for half-time. We score our first goal after a corner. The ball goes out. We pass it back to Tracy. Tracy crosses it in straight at Kolic's head, and we got our first goal for Crew Alexandra, 1-0 against Gillingham, and we are in good shape to start the second half on top. Great work by the team so far. Our defence has been impeccable, because with those two, I want to say they are playing with two strikers potentially. Gillingham have been very, very, very dangerous in attack. They got a lot of people up in front. Mahoney to Lapsley. Lapsley doesn't go as far because Adebisi is there. Holicek tries to transition into attack. Holicek goes for a run. Yes, well done by Holicek now. He goes into the wing. What's he going to do? He tries to pass to Kolic. Kolic is there. Gives it to Ward. Ward sees the space. Tries to pass to Tracy. Couldn't see space for Tracy. Passes it back to Cooney. Cooney on the right wing now. Could he cross it in? He crosses it in. Not too high. And Ward is there to control it. Powell? No. Couldn't get the shot away. I think it was Taberner actually couldn't get the shot away. Now Lapsley with the ball. Doesn't go too far because Dimitri is there. Great pass to Holicek. Holicek is onside. Great work by Holicek. Can he sweat the ball in? Unfortunately, just the wrong decision. By the time he passed, there were 3 defenders in front of him. But Powell is there to collect that ball. Great work by Powell as an adapted CDM. He wanted to play more games and we gave him his will. He is playing more games, which means he has to play CDM position, and he's doing very well, to be fair. Now the ball to Turns. Turns has to play it back, plays it to Demetriou. Demetriou gives it to Ward. Ward decides to turn some players around, which always makes me a bit queasy, but then passes the ball and passes it wrong. Great work, however, to get that tackle. Gives it to Holicek. Holicek tries to go on the wing, but there's a lot of pressure, so he passes it back to Adebisi. Adebisi to Ward. Ward once again, there's space in the middle. He passes it to Taberner. Taberner to Kolic. Kolic in the edge of the box can go for a shot, but Morris collects it very easily. Now he plays it poorly, which gives us a chance to collect that ball once again. Adebisi with the ball. Adebisi passes it to Turns. Turns has got the ball. Turns has turned the player, strangely enough. He sees the run. It's to Kolic. Turns, plays Kolic in front, and that's the second goal. 2-0. What a play by Turns. He completely turned the player around and then goes forward, has a little flick to Kolic, and Kolic just has to slot it in the net. Look at this. Absolutely brilliant play by our centre-back Turns. Look at this. He goes forward, sees the run, just a little flick, and Kolic could have passed, but instead has a shot as a striker and just slots it right as far away from the keeper as possible. So we're now in a much better position, 2-0 against Gillingham in the 60th minute of the game. Now we need to double up in terms of defence and make sure that we don't do anything silly. And carefully here with Mahoney to Coleman. Coleman could pass the ball in. Yes, that's what he does. He passes it to Williams, but Adebisi is there, not letting the ball to Hurtado. Great work in getting Taberner the ball. Taberner, he was asking for an overlap and ended up running into the player. Hurtado now with the ball, could pass it forwards. He doesn't because his player was already offside. Passes it now to Williams. Williams with the ball, he's already inside the box. He passes it into Lapsley. Lapsley has options, gives it to Coleman. Coleman in front of the box, but Wad is there with a standing tackle once again, just keeping everything at bay. Tracy now with a great pass to Kolic. Kolic is not the paciest player, but he can hold that ball, and that's what he does, and he passes it to the left to Adebisi. Adebisi tried to play Holicek, but the defender was already on top of him. Gives the ball away to Mahoney. Mahoney to Mackenzie. Mackenzie to Mahoney, already on the right wing for Gillingham. Gillingham still on the right wing, passes it to Mahoney, and Mahoney to Mackenzie. Mackenzie crosses it in, Hurtado with a header, but it's a very, very simple and weak header, just straight at Strijek's area, and that was enough for our goalkeeper to collect it. Tracy with the ball, passes it to Taberner. Taberner has the ball now, great way, he turns away from the defender. There's plenty of space for Taberner to have a shot. He goes for a shot, and that's 3-0. That's all she wrote. That should be enough for us to win this game comfortably. 3-0 this time by Taberner, who's been begging for game time and justifying the game time that I'm giving him now. Great work by Taberner. Fantastic shot. I don't know how their keeper didn't get that, but thankfully he didn't, and that's what matters. So we're going to bring some people in on the next interruption of play. We're going to bring someone for Watt because Watt is tired, so we're going to bring Thomas. We are going to bring Offord for Turns. Turns has done fantastically, but Offord has also been asking to play, and he needs some more minutes. I think Holicek has done well, but Roland also deserves some minutes. Kolic, for now, he can stay. Adebisi needs a rest, so Parker's going to come in. The 16-year-old left back who can also play right back, and Taberner has been doing well, so we're just going to leave him in for now. But Crew Alexandra showing the depth of squad that we need to chase that first place, even though we are something like 12 points behind. We are looking for that first place. We're 8 points behind second place. Well, we might not be 8 points behind second place after this match is over, because we are currently 3-0 up against the second place Gillingham. Now Holicek with the ball before he gets substituted. Can he do anything? He asks for an overlap. He gets that overlap from Adebisi. Adebisi already turned one defender. Still Adebisi continues the run on the wing. Does he have anyone there? We want Kolic to get his hat trick if he's there. Great work. Watt crosses it in a bit too far. Taberner was there to try and convert that, but it was a bit too long, that cross. Now Hurtado to Williams. Williams passes it down to Malone. Malone with the ball, gives it to Williams. Williams plays with Lapsley. Lapsley to Coleman. Coleman's got the ball. Still Coleman. Coleman still with the ball. He passes it on the right to Mahoney. Mahoney, great tackle by Adebisi. Standing tackle, gets and collects that ball to Holicek. Holicek to Adebisi. Adebisi is going to play it back, and it's already the 80th minute and the ball hasn't gone out yet. Strijek to Turns. Turns. Plays it to Cooney. Cooney on the right wing. He gets Tracy to do a run. Great work by Tracy. There's plenty of space. He wants someone else to go in. He wants Kolic to go in. He passes the ball not to Kolic but to Holicek, and Holicek gets the 4-0, and now it's just a trampling of Gillingham. Great work by the forward three. Fantastic work today. And Tracy just turns two defenders, passes the ball, it goes past Kolic straight to Holicek, and Holicek with a shot scores the fourth goal in this game. And incredibly, we are 4-0 up against second place Gillingham. Unfortunately, this doesn't mean that we're going into second place, because they are still 8 points ahead of us. After this game, they will only be 5 points ahead of us, which is good. Now Tracy, could this be? He crosses it far. It's only as far as Roland, but Roland tried a header rather than a volley, and it went wide. Now Taberner is going to come off in the last 5 minutes for Di Pizio just because he's tired. and for the applause, because Taverner has done really, really well in this match. Mackenzie to Ema. Still Ema to Mackenzie. Can we hold on to the clean sheet? Oh, careful. Hurtado has got space. And no, we can't. That is the answer to that question. Hurtado has now scored 4-1. 1 goal against us. Now Di Pizio with the ball. We're going to forget that happened. Oh, Shiloh Tracy wasn't able to get the ball through. Ema to Mackenzie. Roland with a fantastic tackle. Gives it to Parker. Parker, the youngster. Parker tried to pass that ball. Didn't work. Di Pizio lost that ball as well. Great work by Thomas. Tried to play Di Pizio in college, but the ball didn't go through. Now Hurtado gives it to Coleman. Loses it to Powell. Hurtado. The referee is about to blow the whistle. Hurtado with a last potential effort for Gillingham, trying to get the 4-2, but Strijek is there just to keep that ball down. It's a fantastic victory for Crewe Alexandra. 4-1. Somehow we conceded that goal at the end there, but nonetheless it was a fantastic effort on the part of Crewe Alexandra to try and chase that first place. Well, try and chase the second place first and then get to the first place if possible. Fantastic work by College, getting 2 goals. Very important goals to get us the floodgates open for our victory. And it was a very, very good performance. We are on our way up. Definitely good enough to go into promotion. And hopefully good enough to go into the top of the league at some point in the second half of the season. It will be hard because we have to turn this 10-point deficit to first place. We have to be able to chase that. Oh, Gillingham are actually below us. Colchester are above us. Sorry, I thought Gillingham were second place. I'm afraid it was Colchester were second place. Does that mean we are still 8 points? We are still 8 points behind Colchester, who were able to win their last match. Next, however, we play against Grimsby Town, who we played in the FA Cup and we had a lot of trouble getting by, but they seem to be in 20th place with 22 points. I need to actually see the standings. How can they be in 20th place with 22 points when that seems like a lot of points? Right, so bottom of the league is Crawley, Swindon, Barrow and Forest Green, but even still, Forest Green on 22 points and Barrow on 21. That is a massive discrepancy. But we have brought ourselves up into third place, which is very important. And we are still in December, so we still have the winter transfer window, and we now have a loan offer, Mansfield Town. I mean, fair enough. They are in League 2, but it's a short-term loan, and I think that's important for now to get him on a loan. Oh shoot, I forgot to go and see the new youth squad, the scouting report. Right, who do we have? Arthur Welsh, who is English, and Rory Hunter. Now Welsh doesn't seem to be very good. 90,000 value. I'm sorry, I'm not going to keep you. Rory Hunter, on the other hand, 150,000. I'll keep you for another month, see how far you get. I mean, I like the idea of someone who's pacey, but I don't know how great you are going to be. So I'm going to keep you for another month and see what happens. Right, let's get ourselves close to the transfer market. Let's see, how many games do we have until the transfer market opens? Where is? It's in the office, obviously. Calendar, there we go. Well, we've got quite a few. We've got 4 matches until the transfer market opens, and then, if I'm not mistaken, usually we get a match immediately as it opens. Well, we get a cup match in the BSM Trophy against Wimbledon a month away. Cool, right. So we got this and then 4 more matches. I'll see if I can play all of them in this one stream. It depends for how long I can actually make noise. But for now, Crewe versus Grimsby Town, we're going to have to continue our assault onto the top positions. Right, I think that's going to be our starting 11. Nevitt is there, Long is there, lovely. Duncan, they're tired. Everyone seems to be in great shape, so we might as well start. Holycheck is a tiny bit tired, but I mean, we've got plenty of options in the bench. So I'm pretty sure we will be able to get something out of this. We should be getting something out of this. We've got our starting 11 against a 20th place Grimsby Town. We had trouble with them in the FA Cup, but the FA Cup always has different what do you call it, momentums. So we should have learned our lesson on how to defend against Grimsby and how to attack against Grimsby. I say very confidently, but we never know. Oh, DPZO tries to pass that ball. Tracy is able to collect it though. Still Tracy. Needs someone to go forward. It's DPZO. But the pass is absolutely poor. Clifton loses it to Ward, but Clifton collects it back. Rose. Still Rose. Gives it to Wood. Wood to Clifton. Adebisi, they're in the box, needs to be careful. If I remember correctly, we did concede a penalty to Grimsby in the FA Cup. Now Holycheck to Ward. Still Ward. Gives it back to Holycheck. Holycheck has space. Can he bring it forward? Yes, he can. Still Holycheck. Has space. He's got to pass the ball to DPZO. DPZO finds space. Tries to go for a shot. Gets a second shot. Eastwood with a great save.
Well, nothing comes of it.
Now Rose to Clifton. Clifton loses the ball and the referee says play on. So it was a legal tackle. Great pass to DPZO. DPZO passes it to Holycheck, who was just caught offside. I did think I beat the offside, but the referee thinks otherwise, so I did not beat the offside. Now Maher to Clifton. Clifton gets held back by Ward. Adebisi to Holycheck. Holycheck doing very well up in front. Still Holycheck. Has College tries to pass to him, but College didn't have the pace to reach that ball. Now the ball goes to Rose. Rose plays it forward. Adebisi is there, but Smith passes it back to Green. Green plays it forward to Clifton. Clifton passes it in the middle to Wood. Wood with a great pass to Rose. Rose is in front of goal, but turns does just enough to put him off. And thankfully the ball goes wide and over the bar. Now Dimitriou to Adebisi. Adebisi tries to find some space, but unfortunately the run is covered. Still Adebisi. In the wing, passes it to Holycheck. Great work. We're playing a lot from the left wing. I might need to do some more play from the right wing because we seem to be going there all the time and it's not working fully. Great work by DPZO now, collecting that ball, passes it back to Holycheck. Holycheck to DPZO. DPZO has space, gives it to College. College couldn't reach, but he's able to tackle that ball, but then doesn't run for it, unfortunately. The ball goes out for a throw-in. We've got the chance to put some pressure on it, but we don't, and the ball goes through. Now Dimitriou, great work by Holycheck. He turns the defender around, passes it to Kiliano. Kiliano to Tracy. Tracy with the ball. Can he cross it into the goal? He's going to try and cross it into the box. Unfortunately, only as far as Tranmere, but DPZO's there, and he lets the ball through. I don't know why he let that ball through, but he did. And our standing tackle was not good enough. Wood still with this ball, and I don't know what I did with Cooney, but it didn't work. Great tackle now by Cooney, recovering his position and coming back. Cooney tried to play around Glenn and didn't work. Wood has the ball, passes it to Pike. Pike with the ball, apparently scored 2 goals in the last game. He passes it down to Glennon. Glennon could cross the ball in, but Cooney is there. Great tackle by Cooney, again with a standing tackle. Beautiful work by Tracy now on the wing. There is space, but there's no one in the box. I can see there's literally no one in the box. Why is there no one in that box? So I have to go into the box myself. Tracy crosses it in. College is there with a header, but unfortunately good save by the goalkeeper. Now Dimitriou plays it to Adebisi. Adebisi has space. He passes it to Ward. Ward gives it to DPZO. DPZO plays to Kiliano. Kiliano sees Tracy. Tracy has space. What can he do? He sees some people running. He could have potentially passed, but I was afraid that the pass was going to go wide. And now DPZO turns the defender around. He's one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Tries to go around him. Good save by Eastwood. And then a shot from far away. That's enough. Cooney with a simple shot, but it was just enough. The ball just rolled very carefully into the net. Great work by Cooney. Look at this. Di Pizio with a shot, tried to turn around the keeper. Eastwood saved it, but then Cooney on the first time, just with a very, very slow shot, but only enough to roll back into the net. And that's 1-0 to Crewe Alexandra. We are in front in this match, thankfully, against Grimsby, who were particularly difficult in the FA Cup, in the 2 ties we had with them. Where we drew and then had a replay and then drew again, went into extra time and finally scored a goal to go through. Now Kolic has space in front of the goal. He's going to shoot. Unfortunately, his long shots are not the best, but still a great striker, just not the best at long shots. The ball goes through to Demetriou to Di Pizio. Now is Di Pizio good with long shots? I was about to try. I was about to give it a go. Perhaps a bit too ambitious of me to do that. Oh, now Pike with the ball. Passes it to Clifton. Clifton turned my defence around to Rose, and Strijek with a save, last ditch effort to keep the lead as it is, and it's 1-0 on the 39th minute. Now Tracy on the right wing. He's got no competition in the right wing at the moment. He's completely free. He sees Olicek at the end of the box. He's going to cross it in, but it was a bit too close to Eastwood. He was trying to cross it all the way around to Holicek, since Kolic was lagging behind and was not in position for a header. Now Glennon. Great tackle by Kiliano. It's a throw in to Grimsby Town. Green with the ball. Great steal by Tracy, who sees Kolic on his own. Still Kolic. He's already in the box. Can he turn the ball around? Oh, great work by Tarn to get that ball back. Kolic passes it back. It's to Adebisi. Adebisi on the edge of the box. Tries a shot. It's blocked. Di Pizio controls the ball. Gives it back to Wad. Wad tries to give it to Tracy. Loses the ball to Pike. Pike now has space. Gives it to Rose. Rose against Dimitri. He's able to go through. Gives it to Wood. Wood plays Pike. Pike plays it back to Glennon. Glennon back to Pike. Great play by Grimsby. And once again, Strijek is our only line of defence. And thankfully, the referee blows for half-time. We were under a lot of pressure in those last few seconds there of the first half. Thankfully, we were able to keep danger at bay and Crewe Alexandra go into half-time with 1-0 on the board. Into the second half, no changes to be made so far. I might need to change a few things up in just a few minutes, but I will try at first with the same team that went into the half-time. Now Clifton already in the box, gives it to Rose. Rose against Kiliano. Kiliano takes the victory in this battle. Gives it to Holicek. Holicek sees Kolic. Kolic, he asks for a run. Still Holicek. Passes it now to Kolic, but it was a wide pass and it shouldn't have been. It should have been a more direct pass, because that's what I was asking for. But the game just decided on a wide one. That's what they hoped for. Now Clifton with the ball. Gives it to Smith. Smith plays it out. Thankfully plays it out. And it's a throw-in for Crewe Alexandra. Now Wad with the ball. Tried to pass it down. Didn't work. Smith gets it to Clifton to Maher. Maher with the ball. Passes it to Clifton. Clifton again. He's got a pass to Asa. Asa with a shot. Strijek is there. Strijek has been saving us, thankfully. Now Cooney. Cooney with the ball. Passes it to Turns. Turns has to turn around and pass it to Tracy. Tracy asks for a run, tries to get the ball through, but Green is there to intercept it, passes it to Rose. We can't be losing the ball there. Clifton with the ball. There's no one on the right wing. Gives it to Smith. Smith, great tackle by Dimitriou, and Holicek tries and plays against the fray of play. Still Holicek. Great work. Holicek a bit too eager there and loses it to Rogers. Rogers to Green. Green with the ball. He controls the midfield. Great work by Wad to get that back. Still Wad. He needs someone to turn around. Oh, why would I pass there? That is the wrong pass. Now Rose gets taken out by Turns. I was going for the ball, but I just hit the player, and I think this is the perfect timing for me to get some... Oh, I get a red card for that. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous, but it is the perfect timing for me to get some sense of yeah, some sense of rejigging the team. So I'm going to play without a cam, but I'm also going to bring Nevitt because Kolic is not having the best game. I'm going to bring Long for Holicek, and I'm going to bring Zivkovic for Tracy. And for now, that's all I'm going to do. Potentially bring Taberner later on if I have to play without a striker as well, or potentially just without a striker and just with a cam. But for now, this is what I'm going to do, because I'm still going to chase that second goal, even though we're one man down. I didn't think that was a strong enough tackle for red card, but the referee thinks otherwise. And here we go. Now Long has got the pace. He turns one player. He already turns one player. He might turn a second player. He might go through a second player. Long still with the ball. He passes it in. He sees a run by Zivkovic, but again, it's a wide pass when it should have been a simple pass. Why does it choose a wide pass instead of a simple pass? I just pressed the button. I didn't ask for like a huge pass or anything. I just pressed the button. The game just decided on the wrong pass there. Now Wood with the ball. Gives it to Asa. Still Asa. He tries to play it back. Great work. Dimitri to Cooney. Cooney plays it in. It's for Tracy. No, it's for Kiliano. Kiliano has the ball. Passes into Nevitt. Nevitt has got pace. He's got pace and he's got space. He goes for a shot. Nevitt, and that's the 2-0, and that's what we were looking for. Fantastic work by Nevitt. 2-0 gives us a little bit more freedom and a little bit more relaxation to move forward and to win this match, which is definitely what we need. With that in mind, I'm going to bring Taverner in. I'm going to let Ward rest, and I'm going to put Taverner as a cam, and we're going to play this 4-3-1-1 formation until the end, because we don't need to be as defensive. And we could work on getting a third one, especially with Kiliano getting that ball. Passes it to Nevitt. No, it doesn't, because the ball just doesn't go through. Now Rose to Asa to Wood to Clifton passes it back to Wood. Can we get that? Oh, great work by Strijek, keeping the ball away. Grimsby Town are going to attack with a bit more gusto now, but again we have great save by Strijek once again. Adebisi was just sleeping in his post, allowing that ball to be headed in. And again Asa, and again Strijek. If it wasn't for Strijek, we wouldn't be winning 2-0, that's for sure. Again, the ball gets crossed, it gets back into the box. Nevitt tries to take it away, doesn't go far. Taberner, Tarm, and Cooney finally takes it away, but Zivkovic loses it immediately, and the ball now in front of the box. Tarm tries to pass it offward with a great tackle, then a poor pass, but still gets through. Now Long, he tried to pass it to Nevitt, but it just wasn't there early enough. Green was able to pass by our defenders into Wood. Dimitri is there with a header, taking the ball away, keeping it cool. Nevitt now holds the ball. Let's not play it very fast, because we are winning 2-0. We don't need to rush. It's not a game of kick and rush. Cooney passes it to Kiliano. Kiliano to Demetrio. Demetrio brings it down to the left wing. Passes it to Adebisi. Adebisi plays it to Nevitt. Great work by Nevitt. He sees the run by Taberner. Great work by Taberner. Goes for a shot, but unfortunately over the bar. That is the advantage of having a cam, even though we are one man down, is just having that extra bit of work, being able to get some shots away, being able to waste some time. Oh, great work by Nevitt to keep that ball. Can he still keep it? No, he can't, because he locked in as if he was going to shoot. But we recollected because Taberner collects that ball, intercepts it. Kiliano sees the run. Chris Long in front of goal, passes it back to Zivkovic with a shot. That is shocking. What a horrible shot by Zivkovic. What was that? Look at this. Goodness me. In front of goal, and it just goes completely like as far right as possible. Oh well. Great work by Kiliano, getting that ball. Still Kiliano passes it, but not too far, unfortunately. There was a poor decision by Kiliano there. The ball goes to Clifton. Clifton to Vernon, who shoots. Vernam, who shoots, and it goes wide. 10-man crew. Alexandra doing really well to keep this advantage. Offered with the ball, gives it to Kiliano. Kiliano to Taberner. Tried to play it down, didn't work. The ball goes to Rogers. Rogers to Clifton. Clifton to Tarm. Still time to Rogers. Rogers plays it down on the right wing to Smith. Smith with the ball. Still Smith. Gives it to Maher. To Vernon. Vernon, gets lucky with the rebound, passes it to Rose, but Rose with an even worse shot than Zivkovic, if you ask me. Look at the effect on this. In front of goal, and he just whams it to the left. Well, to my left, to his left as well, yes. Offered to Kiliano. My goodness, we are having trouble keeping that ball. Asa. Still Asa. Gives it to Rose. To Malarkey. Malarkey to Asa. And great work by Cooney to keep that ball. But apparently that was a foul. Hopefully a foul, not a penalty. But it is a dangerous foul just on the edge of the box. Clifton dipping the ball into Maher, into the crossbar, thankfully into the crossbar. Taberner to Zivkovic. Zivkovic is going to try and run that ball. He tried to pass it forward to Nevitt, didn't work. Still Zivkovic chasing that ball since he lost it. Still Zivkovic with a fantastic couple of tackles, and then there's mayhem, and Zivkovic almost gets that ball, but Smith collects it and then goes to Vernon. Vernon doesn't go far because Long is there. Nevitt passes it to Long. He knows that Long has got the pace. Long has got the pace and he's got the run. Great work by Long. He sees Taberner. He squares it to him and Taberner scores that goal. It is 3-0 right at the break. 10 men, Crewe Alexandra, go forward and win 3-0 against Grimsby Town. It is a fantastic end to this game. What a great play on the part of Crewe Alexandra. Great work by the lads. 3-0, nothing to scoff at, especially with a very questionable, if you ask me, red card to one of our centre-backs' turns. And I was hoping I could get to the end of December, but honestly I'm starting to get tired, so I might have to end the stream early because it is time to go and rest my voice, since tomorrow I've got a very heavily vocal day. But thank you very much for watching, and I'm very glad that we got closer to the end of December. We've got 4 more games after this until the transfer market, which sounds perfect for the next it sounds a perfect thing for the next stream. Sounds like the perfect scenario for the next stream. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save the game. I'm going to autosave and quit, and I'll see you next time. Thank you very much once again.